Well, the first thing he has to do, and this I talk about a lot in the book, and it was a problem that affected both Democrats and Republicans, is he has to understand the government he runs because the government he runs is both the source of his greatest advantage and his biggest disadvantages. When the government you run crashes and burns, you get blamed. You're the president. The people in the country think that you're in charge of the government, even though it's a massive operation. And, a lot of presidents are so put off by it that they don't spend any time learning it. The second thing is so sometimes this government is failing. Sometimes this government is going to give the president a big black eye. And we saw that with the Veterans Administration scandals under Obama. He looked really bad when they failed, and he didn't even seem to know that that was going on. The flip side of that is that sometimes this government knows things that a president really needs to know, and if you ignore them or you allow your options and your vision to be concentrated by somebody, you're going to miss important points of view, important facts that are important in your decision making. And of course, here, the biggest example was probably the warnings that consistently came out of the State Department about Iraq and about all the downsides and all the problems there were going to be in Iraq, including severe doubts about whether or not there were weapons of mass destruction. So, the point of the book, Why Presidents Fail, is that in any entity as big as the US federal government, something's going really right and something's going really wrong at the same time. And when a president doesn't take the time to understand this, he becomes the victim of things that, frankly, sometimes he didn't even know were happening.